Hi there, and welcome to a live streaming edition of Florida's Fourth Estate. Glad to have you with us this week. This is special. We're doing something a little different. We had a little time. We were like, let's try to just stream this thing live. Maybe we could dabble in this thing they call live broadcasting. My name is
gonna be new.
Matt Austin.
And I'm Ginger Gadsden. We've never gone live before.
I know, I'm nervous.
Or we go every day during the newscast.
This is true. Something like that. But this will be fun because while you're watching this, we are going to be able to take your comments. We want to have some engagement. We're going to show you some of the craziest stories from the week here in this nutty state we call Florida. And man, as usual, we have some pretty wild ones, Ginger.
And some really cool ones too, Matt. The first one I want to tell you about, it happened over in the Tampa Bay area. We all are water lovers here in the state of Florida. It's why we move here. The beaches, the sun, the sand, everything that's good about nature. You know what's not good about nature sometimes? It can eat you. Look at this.
You paint a real rosy picture, Gadsden.
Look, this drone pilot got video of several sharks, but one in particular, I want to point out, bring your attention to that big fat boy at the top of your screen.
Somebody's eating all the food.
He is definitely at the top of the food chain. Look at everyone else following him because they're thinking, this guy knows where to eat. Whatever buffet he's going to, I'm just going to follow him. That is a hammerhead shark looking for a big nail because look at how thick he is and girthy he is compared to the other sharks around him, Matt.
Yeah, I don't want to fat shame this hammerhead shark or anything, but I mean, everybody knows who the boss is. And when you look at this picture from way above, there's all these little minnows, and then there's this gigantic, I don't know how long it is. It's hard to get a good scale of this. This is over kind of near, the Alabama-Florida line. And you can just see this monstrosity of a shark. I will say, looking into this story, Ginger, I was surprised. I don't know if you know this. Hammerhead sharks, do you think they're one of the more dangerous or one of the least dangerous sharks?
One of the least dangerous. He can't do anything with that head. I mean, look at it.
His eyes are all over the place.
His peripheral vision is great. But
just get right in front of him. He can't see you. That thing's like as wide as a surfboard right there.
Yeah, he's not gonna eat you. He's not gonna harm you. But it's just interesting to see that. And I think that when you're in the water and something like that swims up next to you or brushes next to you, you're not gonna take the moment and think, "Oh, this is a hammerhead. He will not harm me." You're just gonna swim out of there as fast as you possibly can. It's just so interesting to see it though, and this clearly too.
And really, this is great news. People see these videos and show these videos and they make it into some scary thing and put crazy music on. What this means is our oceans are in good shape when you can have big, giant schools of apex predators. That's what we like to see.
That guy's not hurting for a meal. Is what I'm saying.
No, he's got some food laying around. The rest of them, I don't know. They're all kind of tiny. I don't know. He doesn't keep the big ones around, apparently. But
exactly.
So not only was that kind of a wild thing that caught our eye this week, there was also this insane story. So, okay, let me paint the picture for you. It's nighttime. A deputy sees a man walking through some floodwaters. Okay, the guy's walking through the floodwaters. All of a sudden, he goes underwater, disappears. The deputy jumps in to rescue the guy. He doesn't know what happened, if he just fell over, had a heart attack, something grabbed him. He goes right in. And when he goes in, he realizes this guy got sucked under a drain pipe. Okay. And this drain pipe goes down under a road about 100 feet into another body of water. And we have the body cam footage from this, and it's insane. So take a listen.
Oh, Jesus, buddy. Hey, David. David? David, can you believe what just happened to us? You okay, buddy? Can you believe what happened to us? Oh, just breathe. Just breathe, buddy. Oh, my God. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh,
wow.
Oh, Jesus. I almost died. Oh, I died too, buddy. Suck me.
Like, I almost died.
Oh my God.
You can hear in this video just exactly what these guys are feeling, how terrified they are, And so it turns out, yeah, they were underwater for more than 30 seconds, sucked the suction of the water. You know how like you got these drain pipes in my neighborhood? We have one pond that'll fill up another pond, and
Yeah.
there's a pipe. Apparently they went under through the pipe, and wild
That's
stuff.
crazy. That I mean, I know how the story ended, but just even listening and watching that again, like my anxiety level went through the roof just now, even though you know how it's going to end. But just in that moment, you can't even imagine how terrifying that is. He's trying to save this guy and then ends up trying to save them both. So these deputies, they end up in so many different situations. God bless them for the job they do, because Lord knows I'd tap out a long time ago if it were up to me, which is
Yeah.
why
If I saw
I'm
somebody get
sitting
sucked
here.
down into water in a terrifying situation at
Oh
night, I'd be like,
well.
all right, I better call the police. Oh wait, I am
I
the
better, yeah.
I am the police.
Well,
Yeah, I have
I
one more
better call his
soundbite.
family.
Right? Yeah, let's let them know how everything turned out.
Yeah.
We have another soundbite of the deputy explaining what happened as he's all sort of collecting himself after the fact.
He was over there, and I was having him come across, and he goes down. And I go in after him. I got sucked in the fucking drain pipe right by that marker, and I went all the way underneath Highway 98 and got spit out.
What a brave deputy, though. You got to give it to him. As he just, this is what heroes do. They go into a situation they don't understand, put themselves in danger, and then, saves a guy's life. Wild.
Yeah, and he saves his own life too, because he put himself in that kind of danger. So, but that's what they do. They put their lives on the line to save people like you and me. So thank goodness
that's right.
that they are doing what they do. And
Deputy
speaking of deputies
Hollingsworth, by the
doing-
way. I wanted
Oh,
to get his
good,
name
good.
out there. Deputy Hollingsworth.
Hero Hollingsworth is what
Hero
we should call him. And speaking of deputies doing incredible things, this story also happened in the Tampa Bay area. It is one of those stories where you watch it, you laugh, and then you cry. Honestly, this had all the feels to it. So this dad was rushing his pregnant wife to the hospital. She was, she was basically just crowning in the car, and so he sees a deputy. And God bless him, he's like, oh, I'm going to follow this guy. He'll know what to do. And I want you to listen to what he asked the deputy to do. So roll the soundbite.
I seen a black little SUV pull up behind my truck,
This is the
and
best soundbite.
the driver got out. You can see the panic in his face, so I started making my way towards him. He had met me about halfway across, and he's like, you need to escort me to the hospital. I told him, I said, we don't do that. That's only in the movies. He said, well, my wife's having a baby.
I just got out of the car and I screamed, can I get help?
I knew we weren't going to make it nowhere near to Brandon or neither of the hospital around us.
Yeah, not even Plant City.
Yeah, we weren't even going to make it to neither of them.
And
We
they
don't
didn't.
do that. That's only in the movies. He's got his big old stash.
Young man, you've watched one too many movies. I thought you could flag them down to get an escort to the hospital. I mean, that guy did what everybody else would have done. I would have done the same thing. You see his car and you're
I don't
like,
blame him.
hey, over here, sir. I need your help. Go forward, escort me, turn on those lights.
Yeah.
And so he's like, we don't do that. But what he did do was help deliver that baby.
He put on
And-
the gloves.
No, he didn't. He scrubbed up on the side of the road because he knew he had experience. This was his third baby. He's a Hillsborough deputy. His name is Dan Red Jones. This was his third baby he helped deliver, and it all went well because he knew it's like, yeah, you don't have time to go to the hospital. Let's just do this right here. And so they had a sweet reunion recently where he got to meet the baby, and a really special moment happened.
Since you deliver her, right? How will you feel being her godfather?
Very good. That'd make me very happy. So that'd make me very happy. Thank you, Bubba.
I love that. That make me very happy, Bubba. Dan Red. Oh my gosh, my new favorite deputy.
Oh my God. And so they even came with the baby had a little onesie that had red on it, and it's like that. It was just one of those moments because you look at that family and you look at that deputy and out in the real world, you think, oh, these people will never meet. Their paths will never cross. Well, not only did their paths cross, but they are going to
Bonded
be
forever.
bonded for life. Yes, bonded for life now. And I can't wait to see the follow-up stories that will happen, when Deputy Red escorts her to prom, perhaps, or or some other event in the
Hey,
baby's
I need
life.
Deputy Red to escort my daughters to prom. I love that idea.
I just think that's so sweet, and it's just another example of these guys going above and beyond, and being very excited about it because that was just the third delivery, as I mentioned. They invited him to meet the baby. He could have said, "No, that's okay. This is not my first rodeo."
Yeah, he's
But
done
was
it a few times, right? Hasn't he
yeah,
done it
yeah.
like two or
That's
three
his
times?
third time. That's his third. This was his third baby, and but it's the first time anyone asked him to be a godfather, which I love that so much. That little girl is going to be so protected and feared, which is a
Yeah.
really good thing. I
This
love it. I love it.
big mustachioed deputy is going to be hanging out with her.
Can
That's
you
pretty
imagine?
fantastic.
Can you imagine? That's great. We always have these crazy stories that happen, but it is rare that we have a crazy story that has such a lovely, lovely ending like that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So we just
It is.
wanted to show you some of our favorite stories from the week. Ginger and I, we had gathered all these stories, and then our Florida's Fourth Estate didn't need headlines this week, so we were like,
But we're still here.
we have to get these out into the world somehow. They're so
Yeah.
amazing. So.
There were other stories that we vetoed, Matt, but we wanted this to be the sweet edition.
Oh,
of
there was
Florida's
one
Fourth
I was
Estate
pushing
headline.
for. I don't know. I might have to
Oh,
put that on
I
social
did not.
media.
I said no. You are not doing that story, Matt. No, there are two actually, and it both involved men dropping trow. But anyway,
You know those are my favorite. You know that's right up my wheelhouse.
I'm trying to bring you into a better place.
She's trying to make this a
Help
classy
me.
show,
Help
and it's
you.
just
Help
not going to
me.
do it.
Help you, Matt. Help me.
Joyce
so anyway.
says his job is to serve and protect. I think she's talking about me. No, I'm just kidding. She's talking about those amazing deputies there. Very cool. And Lupe is saying, love the stories. And it looks like I might have spelled sharks wrong as I
What?
was hammering it out to try to get us live today.
Did you
So
read hammering out the shark story?
I didn't even.
Story on a
Yes,
hammerhead
I
shark?
totally meant
Wow.
to do that, and that'll make it up for all of my misgivings. So, thank you for those of you who watched live. For those of you who watch after, we appreciate you as well. So, thank you so much, Ginger.
for the
You're
spell
amazing.
check.
Yes,
You
the
are
spell
as
check.
well.
Oh, and we got
I love
Tigre
people
saying,
call
"Love
us-
these stories."
Oh yeah, they are. Hopefully it'll start your weekend off with a smile. That's what we want to do.
Yeah,
Go
and
out there into
start
the world.
our weekend off with a like and a little comment because that helps us out
What
a
is,
lot.
is it? Subscribe, like.
Subscribe. Is that-
Is
It's
that what
whenever
they
my
say?
daughters would we'd shoot a little video of them, and they'd want to act like it was on YouTube and they have no subscribe.
Yeah.
They'd be like, subscribe and like and click the bell button. It's like,
It
always
just
make
went
me
right
laugh.
into your personal file.
That's right. Oh yes,
nowhere
those
else.
are saved right on this computer, right here. So
That's awesome. Okay, well, I hope you all have a great weekend. Matt,
me too.
get on into the office.
All right, yeah, I guess I better hustle in. All right, thanks guys. Have a good one. Appreciate it.